Sports. It's the Oklahoma City Nighthawks taking on the Denver Broncos.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Oklahoma City Nighthawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The numbers for him from a week ago, 6 catches, 70 yards.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get this sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
2nd and 3. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get 2 more. He's got it. So that didn't take long. Quickly 8-zip. They wasted no time showing how aggressive they're going to be in this game. They get the quick score, and then they go for 2, CD.
Surf's up, partner. And when surf's up, you ride the wave. They felt great about that quick drive. Put it in the end zone. Why not go for 2? They felt comfortable with the play call that they had.
And the home crowd loves it. Pulls it in at the 13. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. 2nd and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw again. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and that will keep the lead at 8. So here is the home side to take over on offense. Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this one is incomplete.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Nighthawks go up by 2 touchdowns.
Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
They'll look to throw. And the conversion good. He's got it. So the lead swells to 16-0.
I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The football going back over to the Denver Broncos.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
3rd and short. They'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete.
And he will have the Broncos first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Penny, a first down carry.
We'll get this up to about the 44.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And a big turnover there as his guys were back.
We'll give some credit to
down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw here.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Broncos get a bit closer.
That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and that cuts it to 9 at 16-7. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it ends with a Denver touchdown.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. First down, he'll drop to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And this one too low.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patrick. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. They'll run wide side here with Penny. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will find his man on the outside. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
On second down, here's Penny. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. And his kick is indeed good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The 3rd time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries, still have the lead, but couldn't get the 3rd.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for it. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they had gotten 2 for 2.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Back to throw now on 1st down. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Inside handoff, Penny. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They'll look to throw here. And this is caught at the 8.
And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Back to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Howard. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Looking to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
And they'll accept that penalty.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Penny on the toss right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. And Nathaniel Hackett apparently disagrees with the ruling on the field, and he's going to challenge this one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now back to throw. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
They'll set up a throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken from about the 12. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll drop to throw. That escapes the sack. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And spins away. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. That's caught by Howard.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
jet sweep, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throw left side complete. That's Howard.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he comes back with 1 complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. back at about the 37-yard line. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and they will remain well behind.
It's hard to be surprised at the miss there with the way this first half has gone. Here they were hoping to get some sort of momentum to carry them into the locker room, but even this doesn't pan out.
He's got a man that's caught left sideline. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They'll throw now on the final play. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Joejuan Williams. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where you see the final score there. Kyle Trask, a very good performance as his guys run their record now to 5-2. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. Nick Chubb, a touchdown run in the victory. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the LA Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The offense back out there at the line, ready for...
their next drive.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
16 more on that one and another first down. Now here's a throw that's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. The quick slant caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Nighthawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
I know we could sit up here
and dance around it a little bit. But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game. And really, they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game. And I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete,
and they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't...
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And that is caught, and the record is his. It's a touchdown.
Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
A fairly short kick from the 14, and he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Now a man open down the middle of the field. Touchdown, Broncos.
from 21 yards away. And the Broncos are able to at least get one score back. Extra point splits the uprights, so they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. Touchdown! A big play there. With now his 2nd touchdown of this third quarter. And the Nighthawks get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Back to throw again. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the backflip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up.
Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously, a lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard and trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
They'll look to throw again. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Back to throw here. Touchdown! A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Broncos are able to claw one back. Extra point right down the middle. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Joe Williams. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mike 17. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Mike 17. Mike 17. It's just me and you.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And he'll be brought down at the 27. He'll look to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down. He needed to get to the 20, but he's a yard or two short. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. 27 yards. And the Nighthawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over. Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked-off folks on the other sideline now.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They're going to look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Patrick.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
17's Mike. Mike 17. And come on, Mike 17. Mike 17.
the gun. They'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
17's Mike 17.
He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Howard. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And they will remain well behind.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Touchdown! A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Nighthawks are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year. Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the 4th quarter to grow that lead.
Bart, I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it on this late in the blowout. But there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up completely and stop trying to play the game, it shows disrespect to their opponent. So they don't want to embarrass them. They continue to let their players go for it.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Denver's offense now set to go. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Mike 17. Mike 17. Mike 17.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
He'll get that complete to Alberto. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
Quick slant complete to Howard. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Throwing again here on second down, this time complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. They'll look to throw here. And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Rashad Penny punching it in from a yard away.
And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth-quarter deficit.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that was touchdown.
A great play there. 35 yards.
And the Nighthawks continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the fourth. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
And he's brought down. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Broncos about set to go on offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Back to throw.
He'll get this one to Patrick. 4 yards the pickup, first down. On the draw, this is Henderson. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 17. Here we go.
They'll look to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Albert Okwuegbunam. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they're going to speed things up here. Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Nighthawks are pouring it on. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Taken from about the 12. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
2nd and 4.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end round. Complete. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
17, Mike 17. Come up the ball. 17's Mike 17.
Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Howard. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. They'll set up a throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
But down this big, we know that they need touchdowns instead of field goals, but now it's add insult to injury because they can't even get the 3, Charles, on the excellent block there by the special teams.
And it certainly felt to me like the special teams consider themselves an extension of the defense, which has played well for them. They have a nice cushion. They didn't want to allow any points, any opportunity to cut into their lead. A big-time play by those guys on that side of the ball.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
This is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. And sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and rep.
And my goodness, another interception. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's going to be caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
This is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a